Alright guys, so in this example we are going to be finishing out the word problems in the notes from the applications of quadratic formulas. And so remember, with quadratic formulas we're pretty much exclusively going to use quadratic formula. Certainly check factoring first, but just based on these numbers, a lot of them are large, and so the quadratic formula is going to be your quickest and easiest way to solve these. So with example 6, I'm going to really spend some time setting up the problem with you, and then I'm just going to kind of show you the solution of the quadratic formula, and you can copy it down and make sure all of that makes sense. So example 6, Mark operates a small sign-making business. He finds that if he charges X dollars for each sign, he sells 35 minus X signs per week. What is the smallest number of signs that he can sell to have an income of $300 in 1 week? All right, so I just wrote down the stuff I know. I know that the cost of the sign is X dollars per each sign. And I know that he sells, or he plans to sell, 35 minus X signs per week. And then he wants an income of $300. So there's listed just the things I know, and that I just pulled out of the problem. Now, here is my income formula. So income is going to be the cost of 1 unit times the number of units that I got. So in this case, the number of signs I sold is going to be 35 minus X signs per week, and the cost per sign is going to be X. And then I want that income to be $300. So I've got 35 minus X times X equals 300. If you had it like this, X times 35 minus X equals the 300, you would still be fine. You're going to see that it ends up being exactly the same. You just kind of have two of the numbers, the order reversed, which is fine. From here, I'm going to distribute that X, and then I want to get it equal to 0 so that I can set it up for the quadratic formula. So here's going to be the entire solution of the quadratic once I do the quadratic formula. So I get it equal to 0, distribute, combine up like terms, all of that stuff. Find the discriminant, plug into the formula, and here I get out two answers. I get out an answer of 15 and an answer of 20. Now, to know which one to pick, I have to go back to the problem. Problem says, what is the smallest number of signs that he can sell to have an income of $300 per week? But we defined X to be the dollars per signs, not the number of signs. And so I can't just say that, oh, well, 15 is smaller than, what was the other one? 20, so that's my answer. Not necessarily, because X is dollars. And so this is $20, and this is $15, not the number. So here is kind of I'm going to kind of work this down. Here are my two solutions. I got a solution of X equals 20 and X equals 15, which means Mark sells one sign for $20 or Mark sells one sign for $15. Now, to figure out which one's going to yield the smaller number of signs, right? Because think of a small business. If I can make $300, I want to sell the smallest amount of signs to get that money, because that's going to be more money in my bank, more money in the pocket. The number of signs he sells per week is 35 minus X. So if I interpret both of those, if he sells one sign for $20 to make a $300 profit, it's going to be 35 minus X, which is going to be 15 signs per week. On the other scenario, X equals $15. If he sells one sign for $15, if the number of signs he sells is 35 minus X, then that gives me 20 signs per week. Now here, I want to sell the smallest number of signs. And the smallest number of signs that he can sell in order to make an income of $300 is going to be the 15 signs per week. And so my answer would be the 15 signs per week.